The biggest risk to Sony's future isn't outside its company, it's inside. Today, I have a privilege to address the most significant threat for Sony's development, not in terms of a competitor or technology, but in relation to us, which is caused by the contradiction of our ambitions and outdated hierarchical company structure. In other words, the way to further success lies under the burden of an outdated model. The main idea of the Sony Creative Entertainment Vision 2034 is based on a great ambition to overcome limitations and connect Sony's universes such as games, music, videos, movies, and technology. On the other hand, implementation becomes much harder because we try to implement the best possible strategy via some outdated tools. Therefore, a strategic execution problem manifests itself in the form of missed opportunities and cost increase identified during the risk assessment and SWOT analysis. However, the cost of this gap comes both in the form of monetary outlay, which is more important in that our competitiveness has weakened as a result. Let us examine how. Innovation has been a hallmark of our product supremacy, but poor organizational structuring has hindered development. There was a chance for us to completely change how cross-IP products work. Unfortunately, we do not have the ability to achieve this innovative breakthrough at a fast pace. On an operational level, costs go up due to our inflexible structure. There is also increased friction within the organization, leading to fluctuating cash flow. Worst of all, achieving customer intimacy in the ecosystem has become a difficulty because of this fragmentation. There are multiple factors explaining such a state of affairs. Firstly, there's a disconnect between humans and culture, since the organization's incentives and structures prioritize the success of individual divisions over the effect within the corporation. In fact, this is noted explicitly in our company's risk register as a major risk to our business. Secondly, there's a technology and process problem, since our billion-dollar initiative continues to be coordinated via Excel sheets and emails, effectively falling into what may be termed as a spreadsheet trap. With all dependencies involved, consequently, we have informational black holes and hidden dependencies which preclude us from achieving synergy. Lastly, there is a capital and coordination issue, since although we have made some significant investments into our strategy, which is 1.8 trillion was budgeted, we lack the ability to coordinate the divisions. Once the source of this problem is identified, we will be able to offer a potential solution. This is because simply fixing one hole will not work, since there are so many things wrong with our organizational engine. Our solution, therefore, involves upgrading our organizational operating system to help close the gap between Sony's creative entertainment vision and what is currently using through HR, IT, and finance. With this, we will present the focal point of our presentation, the Sino-Sphere Synergy Initiative, an organizational operating system upgrade for the next decade. The implementation of this strategy is based on three key pillars. The first one is how. We're going to break away from the hierarchies and rigid processes and shift towards the fluid networks and cross-functional dynamic teams. We suggest setting up Agile Synergy Pods, which is a cross-department teams that starts working together on our strategic initiatives right from day one. However, structural changes are not enough. They need to be supplemented with a change in our signals by implementing a brand new performance system that favors cooperation over competition and also solves the issue of behavior misalignment, pushing the structure from protecting territories to collaborating. Our second pillar is when. This includes the creation of a strategic execution nervous system via developing a fully fledged strategic execution platform. Such an initiative will bring transparency to all the stakeholders, expose internal dependencies between different departments, and also eliminating the problem of spreadsheeting with its information black holes, and replace the backward-looking monthly reports with integrated dashboards. And then, how much? 1 year costs make up around 15 to 20 billions. While understanding that such a change is necessary, we will try to keep our effort economically viable. There are two main arguments why this project needs funding. The first is the cost of the inaction, and the second one is the potential savings via getting the product out faster and boosting the revenue through better cross-IP commercialization by a factor of 15 to 20% and 5 to 10% respectively. This cost can be financed from Sony's strategic investment budget, and this transformative effort will benefit our employees substantially. It will clarify our priorities and empower our team by making the link between our daily efforts and organizational vision apparent. And furthermore, this will inspire our employees through a new set of metrics to measure of collective success. The business case is sound and has been deemed feasible through its feasibility study. Technologically speaking, this upgrade is very feasible because of the technologies and tools needed are both obtainable and proven to work. Organizational-wise, our solution is moderately to highly feasible as it closely ties to our vision of Sony. However, the primary issue will be that of cultural acceptability, with many of the managers resisting the idea due to their PL protectionism. Therefore, we recommend adopting a coalition of the willing pilot where we kickstart 2 to 3 synergy pods, spearheaded by our CEO on our flagship cross-IP projects. In this way, we can reward leaders based on their success while also celebrating our progress publicly. This solution helps to motivate our employees through the principles and not rules. From an economic perspective, our solution is feasible because we have benchmarked a good ROI compared to our industry's average. In terms of ESG consideration, our product will positively contribute to our company's ESG performance because its design, which allows us to improve our operational efficiencies and minimize the waste and redundant process when coordinating internally across the businesses. Now, the evidence is clear, the cost of inaction is measured, and the path forward is proven. This is not merely a proposal. This is a necessary evolution of our operating system. Every day of delay continues to impose a measurable, strategic, and economic tax on our future. We have one clear choice, which is to lead our own transformation. Therefore, we are not requesting permission. We are asking for your leadership. We need you to, one is to own the future, immediately establish and chair the Synergy Steering Committee, making this initiative the corporation's undisputed top strategic priority. This is the signal the entire company is waiting for. And next is to fuel the engine. Approve the initial funding to activate the pilot within the next 90 days, which is 3 months. We commit to delivering tangible proof of concept and validated results in 6 to 9 months. Funds the spark that will ignite the change. And then is to scale the victory. Empower the committee to build and execute a 24-month company-wide implementation roadmap for your review. This is about architecting Sony's new foundation for the next decade. The time for strategy is over, and the time for decisive action is right now. We are ready to build. With your leadership, we will deliver, and let's put this strategy into action together. Thank you.